What's up, fellow vendors? Xtreme Vending here. Today is a different type of video. I actually had to file my very first dispute on Alibaba, and I wanted to share with you guys the experience that I went through and give you some tips and pointers because it was the very first time I had to file a dispute. And I want to clarify, this is not from my supplier where I buy my mini claw machines. This is actually a supplier I buy plush from. And it was a new supplier that was recommended to me, and I went and had used them. They have such great rates, but the problem is they mess up quite a bit. They've only been around for 1 year on Alibaba, and so there's going to be hiccups. I understand being a new business, but it just got really out of hand, and overall the experience was still very positive. I'm still using that supplier. I just had to file a dispute, and I want to share the experience so that you guys are aware. So in Alibaba search, when you're buying products, there is a tab right here called Trade Assurance. This right here, you actually pay a fee when you go to finally purchase your product, and it's a fee worth paying because Alibaba will protect your funds if you never get your product. It's like an insurance. I like to call it sure pay because you're paying and you're sure of yourself. So I don't know. To me, I call it sure pay, but it's called Trade Assurance. So, and to give you an example, I'm going to tell you my story actually. So what happened briefly is I purchased some large orders back. Now the date is right now November 2nd, 2022 as of this recording. But the purchase date was actually May 22nd, 2022. So just under a half a year and over 5 months. And one of my concerns when I was making this purchase is this is like 5 months old. Am I really going to be able to get my refund? And so I messaged Alibaba and I talked to a support agent. Now here's the unique thing. Since I never got my supply, never got technically delivered to me, they never gave the funds to the supplier. So the supplier has never received these payments at all. It's in like a holding. Alibaba will hold on to it. That's what you're paying for them to hold on to it. So what was going on, according to the supplier, is when I made this purchase, they delivered the goods to the shipment yard. The shipment yard somehow lost the product is what he's claiming. Whether that's true or not, it doesn't matter to me. I just never got my product, and I've been waiting. So I filed a dispute, even though it was 5.5 months later, and Alibaba then put me in the process where you have to communicate with the supplier and try to work it out. Now I did come up with a solution. He's going to resend out my product, and hopefully I get it this time. If it doesn't work out, I can reopen the dispute. I asked him about that too. I want to make sure that I can open up the dispute, and you can open the dispute as many times as you want. You have unlimited time. They're never going to release the funds until after you receive the product. Now, once you receive the product, you can still file a dispute and get your funds back. You have 30 days to do so. So that was my other concern when I was trying to file this dispute, is I was concerned that the supplier spent all the money, or what would happen if the supplier took the money and disappeared. Once again, Alibaba holds on to the funds, but you have to make sure it is backed by Trade Assurance, or I like to call it, like I said, Alibaba SurePay. So I clicked on this little tab here, and there are lots of suppliers that are backed by Alibaba. Now you can also see how long they've been in service for. Like right here, this one's been around for 14 years, and it is verified by Alibaba. They are a verified source, so probably you're safe. They're rated pretty high. This one's rated a little bit low, but they are I think that's actually their transaction rating, so they don't do too many transactions. But basically, the supplier that I took a hold of, that I did these disputes on, they were only 1 year around, so I understand they are newer. So I'm going to continue. So these were the two orders that I disputed, but there was actually a third order. As you can see, the date is May 22nd. Shortly after, I did an order 2.5, 3 weeks later, I did this order. So this one's not as old, roughly around just under 5 months old, and it was a gift for my wife. And I'll show you the pictures. They're not actually these images right here. Those are just placeholder items. It's not what that is at all. I didn't get my wife some air fryer leaners, whatever you call them. That's not what I got her. $800 worth of it. And actually, the final price I want to point out, even though it says $4,990, that's before tax. So actually, this between these two orders right here, it's about $11,500, and this one's just under $1,000 right here. So this order, it was going to be a birthday gift for my wife, which her birthday was back in September. So 3 months from after this order, I never got it. Because what he ended up doing is putting this product with this one, which is kind of silly. So all three of them were lost. So I told him it's way after my wife's birthday, and I could technically chance it and try to get it for Christmas, but I'm not going to take a chance. I don't think it will even show up in time. So I just asked for the refund. And the process, even though this is over about 5 months old, I was able to get my refund, and the process was cleared after 1 day after the dispute. You give them Alibaba gives you 5 days to work it out with the supplier, and after the 5 days, if it doesn't work out, you get a refund. And I got it 1 day after the dispute was over, which the supplier didn't fight me on this. He agreed. He wanted to do the refund. So once the dispute time frame was completely done, I got the refund, and it's actually in my bank account now. So I got my roughly around $1,000. Turned out to be like actually $850, but I just rounded up. So, but let's talk about what I ordered so you guys kind of get an idea what I went through. Oh, sorry about the messiness on the desktop. Oh, those are videos I'm working on. Okay, so when you're doing this dispute, you have a whole history of your messages. It does, unless, I don't know if you can delete it or not, but I never delete my messages. So I had to go back 6 months, okay? And you can go and you talk about the item. So what it was, I was going in partnership with my father, and we were talking about buying EVs because we like EVs. You know, I got electric cars and stuff like that. So we talk about getting the EVs. Let's go over. This is the item that we were going to purchase, and I'm not going to go through all of this, but he talked about the rates, and these are the two items he talked about. So I just screenshot everything, showed them the conversation, and put a timestamp in the description, or I told them Alibaba each image what they represented, and they can go back in the history of your conversations and see this, but I just uploaded proof and evidence. Not that it was going to be a hard case to win anyways. I just wanted to be pretty, open with Alibaba so they knew. He talked about how they should arrive on August 20th. August came and gone. Now dates started to go August 20th. I asked him, where are the trucks? And he says, rest assured they will arrive in 15 days. And it just kept going on and on and on. And it turned out I never, ever got the product. And then I asked him about, he switched over to the stores, okay? So he closed that store down. It's actually technically still open, but he switched over, so I was concerned about that. And so I showed Alibaba the switch, and sure enough, I'm still protected. They understood. It was easy to prove. So you just take pictures of everything, and we talk about how it was lost in customs, and he kept wondering if I would get a phone call. This is September. Now we're moving on in September, and just never happened. I just took tons of screenshots. Now we're entering October, and he just asked for more time, and it never happened, so I filed the dispute. Similar to the present for my wife, and this is what I ordered my wife. It was a nail printer, so you can put your fingernails in there, and it will print whatever you draw, because my wife loves to draw. And similar story, just never got it. He said he shipped it off with those trucks, and you can see I even paid express, which he just put it into the trucks. Unfortunately, it was supposed to arrive on the trucks with the trucks, and it never did. So that was my dispute. The refund came in 1 day after the dispute was closed out, so it was pretty fast. Sorry about the messy desktop. I go through a lot of product and a lot of stuff, but yeah, so that was the refund. I wanted to tell you that you were protected. You were safe with Alibaba. Just make sure you have trade assurance, which is this little shield thing right here where my cursor is. That protects you on your purchases. Doesn't matter how long it's been. As long as you never received that product, you are protected, and the supplier doesn't get your money until it is confirmed. And so there's no reason. Like, I was trying to figure out why would this supplier scam me, and it turned out he never even got the funds. So definitely he can't even get the funds. So you're safe and protected. So just kind of putting it out there. Anyways, guys, I know it's kind of a unscripted video. I just wanted to show you what I went through and share it with you guys. Comment down below if you've had something similar happen to you with Alibaba, and I would love to know what you guys have to deal with, and hopefully your situations were protected too. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll keep you guys up to date with this order in the future and let you know when I get it in eventually. But thank you guys, and take care. Bye.